So inflammation, I've also talked about this one in previous podcasts, but having this gut-brain axis phenomenon where the foods we eat can create this systemic inflammatory response, which can then go up to the brain and make you feel foggy and fatigued. It can also cause things like anxiety, low mood, trouble sleeping, etc. So you know this when you have a big meal and you feel kind of fatigued after, feel sleepy. That might be due to kind of this post-food inflammation that can occur. Foods that are more kind of quote unquote pro-inflammatory. So usually the foods that are more unhealthy for us tend to be more pro-inflammatory. So this is a way you can reduce your inflammation and have more energy, is just by having a better diet. So like I said, more of a balanced meal, mostly plants, healthy meats, which include grass-fed, free-range, antibiotic-free, hormone-free, because all of those things, like the hormones and the antibiotics that are in there, your body will mount some sort of immune response to that. So having meats that are a little bit cleaner, grass-fed versus grain-fed, because grains are pro-inflammatory, and that is into the meat that you're eating. So eating healthy, high-quality meats and veggies, avoiding things like refined sugar, which is also extremely pro-inflammatory. Getting good exercise, right? Exercise in the short term. So after a bout of exercise, you'll have an increased inflammation as your muscle undergoes repair and regeneration. But in the long run, exercising regularly actually reduces your body's inflammation. So exercise is an important part of concussion recovery for a number of reasons, blood flow being one, reducing inflammation being another, and having better sleep, which is the next part of inflammation, getting a good night's sleep. Obviously, sleep and fatigue are going to go hand in hand. If you're not sleeping well, you're going to be tired. And that's easy as that gets. But I also did a recent episode on sleep, which was episode 77 of the podcast. And I'm going to give a quick summary right now of sleep. Remember I said the energy molecule is ATP. That stands for adenosine triphosphate. So as you burn ATP throughout your day, as you burn energy throughout your day, you get a buildup of adenosine, which is kind of the byproduct of burning off adenosine triphosphate. So as you go throughout your day, you're accumulating adenosine as you're burning energy. As that adenosine builds up in your system, you also are getting inflammation building up throughout the day. As adenosine and inflammation build up throughout the day, you build up what's called sleep debt. So that's when you start getting tired towards the end of the day, because you've built up so much inflammation and adenosine that you're building up this sleep debt, which is making you tired. Then, in the absence of light, when it gets dark, so the sun goes down and you reduce all the lights and dim the lights in your house, you release melatonin. Melatonin is what initiates sleep onset. As you're sleeping throughout the night, you go through different sleep cycles. You go through light sleep, which is kind of the fast wave, and then you go through deep, slow wave sleep, which is the restorative sleep. In your deep sleep is when you replenish your adenosine levels and you reduce your inflammation. That requires certain things, right? You have to have low stress levels, you have to have good quality sleep night after night after night and consistent to be able to get into that deep sleep. Because if you're just kind of surface level light sleeping, you have high stress levels, things like that, if you're not getting into that deep sleep, you're actually not getting rid of that inflammation that's built up throughout the day. And then you wake up the next morning and you do it all over again, you're just compounding that. So in order to reduce that inflammation further, you have to have really good sleep. As you go through the night and you're getting rid of that inflammation, you're building back up those adenosine stores. You're also releasing cortisol. Cortisol is your stress hormone. Cortisol peaks in the morning, and that's what wakes you up. So if you have cortisol going on at night, which is a stress hormone, so if you're feeling stressed at night or anxious, you're releasing cortisol at night, which is going to keep you awake and prevent you from sleeping. So sleep is an important component. If you want more on sleep, check out my episode 77 on sleep and things you can do to kickstart a better night's sleep.